tell you what really happened to men. They were not conquered. They were sedated. Sedated by comfort. Sedated by access. Sedated by endless pleasure that requires no effort. You think history's strongest men were destroyed by swords? No. Most of them were destroyed when they got too comfortable. The Roman generals didn't fall in battle. They fell in luxury, in excess, in appetite. And today, you don't even need a palace to fall. You have a phone. You have unlimited stimulation in your pocket. You have access to more pleasure in 1 hour than kings had in a lifetime. And it is making you weak. Not emotionally, physiologically. It is changing your brain. It is lowering your threshold for pain. It is shortening your attention span. It is making discipline feel unbearable.
Because discipline requires stillness, and stillness feels like death to a nervous system that has been trained to expect a hit every few minutes. You don't notice it at first. You just feel restless. You sit down to work and your body rebels. Your mind wanders. Your fingers itch for distraction. You call it burnout. You call it lack of motivation. But it isn't either. It's withdrawal from overstimulation. You have conditioned yourself to live at a constant spike, and when real life does not spike you, you collapse. That is not weakness of character. That is weakness of training. The ancient warrior trained his body to endure pain. The modern man trains his brain to avoid it, and that difference changes everything. Because pain tolerance is power. The ability to sit in boredom and continue building is power. The ability to feel desire and not move is power. The ability to be alone with your thoughts and not panic is power. You want to know why most men never become dangerous? Because they cannot handle neutrality. They need intensity. They need novelty. They need constant stimulation. So when life becomes repetitive, slow, demanding, they quit. Not dramatically. Quietly, they start cutting corners. They start looking for shortcuts. They start seeking small highs to survive the monotony. And monotony is where greatness is built. Every empire was built on repetition. Every fortune was built on delayed gratification. Every respected man endured seasons that were boring, silent, uncelebrated. Lust destroys your ability to endure those seasons. It makes you allergic to slow progress. It makes you crave the immediate. And the immediate is the enemy of the monumental. You do not build something great in a rush. You build it by showing up when it is dull, by working when it is inconvenient, by resisting when it would be easy to indulge. Comfort sedates you. Access weakens you. Pleasure without effort rewires you. And rewired men cannot hold weight. They look strong on the surface, but pressure exposes them. A hard conversation rattles them. A long project exhausts them. A period without validation unsettles them, because they have not trained their nervous system for resistance. They have trained it for reward. And here is the uncomfortable part. You are competing against men who are starving their distractions. Men who sit longer, focus deeper, sleep cleaner, wake sharper. While you are indulging, they are compounding. And compounding does not look dramatic. It looks boring until 5 years pass. Then it looks like dominance. War removes men quickly. Sedation removes them slowly. One kills the body, the other dissolves the edge. And a man without edge may still be alive, but he is no longer a threat to the world. And once a man loses his edge, he does not notice it immediately. He still goes to work. He still talks about goals. He still posts quotes about discipline, but internally, something has shifted. His tolerance for discomfort is lower. His patience is thinner. His focus breaks faster. He starts negotiating with himself. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start next week. I just need to feel better first. That negotiation is decay, because high-level performance does not tolerate negotiation. Money does not reward negotiation. Authority does not reward negotiation. The market rewards output, and output requires sustained attention. Sustained attention requires nervous system control. Nervous system control requires restraint. You see how this connects? You think lust is about sex. It is not. It is about impulse dominance. If impulse dominates you, you will overreact in meetings. You will overspend when stressed. You will chase validation when insecure. You will seek comfort when challenged. Impulse dominance leaks everywhere, into your finances, into your relationships, into your leadership. You would not compartmentalize weakness. If you break in one area, you fracture in others. The disciplined man feels desire and stays still. The undisciplined man feels desire and moves. That single difference compounds, because stillness builds power. Movement under impulse builds chaos. Look at the men who command rooms. They're calm. They do not fidget. They do not rush to speak. They do not react to every stimulus. Their nervous system is anchored. You cannot anchor a nervous system that is addicted to spikes. You cannot project authority if your biology is constantly chasing a hit. Authority is slow. Authority is controlled. Authority is patient. Lust trains you to be impatient, and impatient men make expensive mistakes. They trade long-term gain for short-term satisfaction. They enter deals too early. They quit too fast. They abandon project when they stop feeling exciting. And here is the most brutal truth. The world is not full of untapped potential. It is full of men who diluted themselves, men who had fire but wasted it, men who had intelligence but scattered it, men who had hunger but numbed it. You think war destroys nations. Sedated men destroy nations. When men stop striving, civilizations soften. When men stop restraining themselves, standards collapse. When men stop mastering desire, they become consumers instead of creators. Creators build. Consumers scroll. Creators endure boredom. Consumers chase novelty. Creators compound effort. Consumers reset every night. And over a decade, the difference becomes irreversible. One man stands tall, sharp, respected. The other wonders why he feels average despite trying. Trying is not enough. Control is required. You do not rise because you want to. You rise because you are disciplined enough to endure what others avoid. And if you cannot master the smallest impulse in private, you will never command the largest opportunity in public. That is why lust has destroyed more men than war. Not because it kills them, because it makes them small. And small men do not shape the world. You keep thinking this is about stopping something. It's not. It's about redirecting something. Because the same force that drags you into distraction is the same force that builds empires. Sexual energy is not weakness. It is raw power. It is aggression. It is drive. It is the urge to expand, to conquer, to create. But if you aim it at a screen, you shrink. If you aim it at mastery, you grow. Energy does not disappear. It converts. You either convert it into output or you convert it into fantasy. There's no third option. This is why some men feel explosive in their 20s. They train, they build, they obsess over craft. They channel that fire into something concrete, and others feel flat. Not because they lack testosterone, but because they lack direction. You do not become dangerous by suppressing desire. You become dangerous by mastering it. When you can feel the urge and choose your mission instead, you unlock something most men never experience. Clarity. Clarity is power. Because a clear man does not hesitate. He does not debate himself. He does not negotiate with weakness. He moves, and he moves with precision. You think discipline limits you. It frees you. It removes noise. It removes shame. It removes distraction. And what remains is intensity. Directed intensity. That is where money multiplies. That is where influence grows. That is where status becomes natural. Because people can feel contained energy. They can sense when a man is in control. They can sense when a man is leaking. You don't have to announce power. You radiate it. And the most powerful men in any room are not the loudest. They are the most grounded. Grounded men do not flinch. They do not chase approval. They do not need to be entertained. They are comfortable in silence. Silence intimidates weak men, but disciplined men thrive in it. This is not about being perfect. It is about being in charge of your body, in charge of your mind, in charge of your direction. Because once you take command of that, everything changes. Your focus sharpens, your confidence stabilizes, your decisions improve, your energy compounds. And when energy compounds, life accelerates. The difference between the man who rises and the man who fades is not talent, it is not luck, it is not background, it is control. War may take a man out once. Lust takes him out slowly, quietly, without a funeral. You do not need to fight the world. You need to master yourself, win that battle, and there is no army that can stop you.